My name is José Luis Vargas González, and I'm here to present my formal presentation of practice in the profession 2 that I made in OVAS, that is a chemical plant here in Puebla. For my project description, by means of the following essay that I did and the work carried about in the engineer plant of OVAS, I will be present my work done. First of all, OVAS is a chemical industry that create primary chemicals for the construction of other chemicals used in other industries, such as paints and other stuff. Well, my work done here in OVAS was first in the project engineer area, but more specific in the instrumentation area. Well, the objectives that I have here is that I need to know all the norms and rules that are related with the plant, such as the norms that I will use to all the activities that are related in my job, and the rules that have the chemical plant, such as the rules of investment, the rules from security and Syria. The security areas that have the industry in case of any disaster, where to go, my workplace, in my office, and also down in the plant, and the security equipment that I will use. The security equipment that they gave me, it was a bat, it was a helmet, glasses, and ear protection. And they start to determine me the activities that I will develop around the months that I will be working there. Well, my goals during my practices, as mentioned in the previous point, are various activities related with the work regard to perform the plant, which they are working with some of the tools that, well, also included. Some of the things that I do in my practices were drawing on computer, instrumentation, automatization, and also some part of the administrative plant. Because the project that I was involved, I need to do a new area, so I need to reconstruct the area with drawing, use some instrumentation with some sensors, the automatization for doing a better, faster job, and administrative part because I need to recollect all the information in order to present it. Well, the specifications is that being a German company, Origin, it acts to the rules applied in time with all the security, cleaning, and other that demands to work done. I asked to put together a folder all the stuff that I do, including the project approach, all the quotes that were involved in the project, like the sensors, bombs, or other things, all the instructions of the sensors, the loop diagrams depending on each sensor or the area that they demand, the DTIs, the blueprints of the electrical plumbed areas, and the installation typic. Note that all the courses are required, and all the time that my supervisor was with me in order to deliver any tasks. So not all the time I was alone. All the time I was supervised in order to give a good job. Well, my regulations. The regulations that were involved in this project were two. First of all, the ANSI ISA 5.1/2009, that are instrumentation and symbol identification. These are some examples of the symbols and the identification that I use in order to construct my blueprints, because they follow these norms, and also they ask a lot of the 5S in order to have a complete clean area in their specific area of work, in order to avoid any kind of problem. And week by week, they were regulated by this norm. Well, my contributions as a student during my job in the plant was to lead a whole project. My boss told me how was the project going to be, and I need to identify all the areas that I need to cover. Also to actualize and create the blueprints that were required, because some of the blueprints were too late and need to be actualized, and some of them need to be created for first time. Also, as it says, to actualization and the creation of DTIs that are some of the specific of the sensors, and also the loop diagrams that include the sensors, both involved in the project. We also work with automatization because the automatization area gives us the specific tags of each sensor that were involved. Also supervise the job done by external companies because not all of the jobs were done by the same company. Some external companies come and make the job that they are not possible to do, and we need to check that they also do the security rules and all that stuff. Also, I need to program the instruments in order to get the control that we need in order to have a good process, and to prove the area check if everything worked okay. So before we deliver the complete job, we need to make some proofs in order to check if there are no any errors. Here are some of the images. Here are some examples of how a DTI is built, in where we can see clearly, but here's a sensor, and here's how the sensor goes and send the signal, and how a PLC will receive the information. Also, we need to make all the mathematical calculus in order to obtain the measures that we need. Like, for example, here we write the equipment, we write the tag that the automation area gave us, and this is the instrument of the task that it will accomplish. Based on that, we will know and we will determine the values that we're going to give to each of the components. Here is a blueprint. I also took one part because they don't let me to the whole blueprint, but this is just a part of how the sensors and some of my job that I do, because I add them, because I need to do the presentation, and they authorize me. Also, here is the explanation of one of the sensors, explaining how I wanted to be established in the real life, explaining how the instrument should go, like going upstairs or in this way, because if we put it here or in this way, the instrument will not function as the correct way. Also, using the security areas and checking that the other business areas that enter can accomplish this. This is some of the instruments that I use in order to program each of the instruments. Well, my learning. The learning that I get here is that I learn how to draw in MicroStation software. That is a software that is really similar to CATIA. Lead a whole project because I have already led some of my projects in the university, but not in a project in the real field. I learn more about normativity because I know that each of the areas have a specific normativity, so I need to get involved so I can understand how they work. I learn how to make loop diagrams. They also tell me that take courses like using extinguishers if they are required, because I also tell them that I don't have any security, industrial security idea, so they also made me to take some of the courses. Also, I took they showed me how to use the software. That is a software that many of the big enterprises use in order to have some of the control, and the importance of teamwork, because it's not similar to work here in the university as teams, like to work in a complete whole enterprise that works in different areas in order to complete one goal. Well, as a conclusion, I can say that my activities in professional practices number 2, they really give me a lot of knowledge, because I work with many of the things that I haven't learned in the university, and many of the things that I knew in the university I can apply in a real work. So that will enjoys me a lot, let me to have a good time during my stay here in the practices. And also I need to recognize a lot of the work of the Seikos industry, because it was an external company that helped me a lot in the accomplishing of all of my tasks during my practices. Because some of the things in the time my boss wasn't ready to explain me, and Seikos give me all the support that I need. Thanks.